Prince William's shocking decision to unveil Queen Elizabeth's private will has sent shockwaves through the monarchy. Secrets that were never meant to see the light of day have sparked tension and controversy, leaving many to wonder, is this the moment that forever changes the royal family? From surprising redistributions to growing divisions, the fallout is unprecedented. Stay with us as we uncover the revelations that could redefine the monarchy's future. Did you know about the Queen's mysterious final will? For centuries, the British monarchy has been known for its tightly held traditions and secrecy, especially when it comes to royal wills. Queen Elizabeth's will was no exception. These documents, unlike those of ordinary citizens, are legally sealed and remain hidden from public view to protect the monarchy's privacy. Yet the late Queen's final wishes carried more weight than anyone could have anticipated, leading to one of the most significant controversies in royal history. Sources close to the palace suggest that the contents of the Queen's will were not only surprising but also disruptive. Prince William, in an unprecedented move, chose to reveal portions of the document, a decision that shocked both the public and his own family. Traditionally, royal wills have been regarded as untouchable, their contents known only to select insiders. So why did William break from this norm? Rumors swirl that the will contained bold directives meant to modernize the monarchy and redistribute wealth and responsibilities in a way that many found unorthodox. Balmoral Castle, one of the most cherished royal estates, was reportedly allocated to a recipient who defied expectations, stirring emotions within the family. This decision, along with others outlined in the will, challenged the carefully constructed power dynamics within the monarchy. William's decision to bring parts of the will to light was seen by some as a progressive step toward transparency. However, for others it was viewed as a betrayal of the Queen's trust and the monarchy's sacred traditions. His actions have sparked debates about the role of secrecy in the royal family and whether openness could help restore their public image. As whispers of this extraordinary document continue to circulate, one question remains. Was the Queen's final will intended to unify the royal family, or was it the catalyst for a divide that may be impossible to mend? One of the most explosive revelations from Queen Elizabeth's will was the redistribution of royal assets, breaking long-standing traditions and stirring family tensions. Among the most controversial was the allocation of Balmoral Castle, the Queen's cherished Scottish estate where she spent her final days. Historically, such properties followed strict lines of succession, often handed down to the reigning monarch or a senior family member. However, this time, the Queen reportedly made a bold and unexpected decision. Insiders claim the will deviated from tradition, transferring Balmoral to a family member who was not initially in line for this prized estate. The decision was seen as a move to modernize the monarchy by spreading resources more equitably among family members. Yet not everyone was pleased. Reports suggest King Charles and Queen Camilla were visibly shocked by the allocation, while other family members felt slighted by the unexpected shift. The controversy didn't end there. The Queen's will also detailed a reallocation of personal wealth, including her extensive art collection, jewelry, and even equestrian assets. Some of these items, expected to be passed to certain heirs, were instead distributed to less traditional recipients. For instance, some jewels anticipated to go to Catherine, Princess of Wales, were reportedly redirected, causing disappointment and raising questions about Queen Camilla's role in the process. Critics argue that these changes have disrupted the monarchy's carefully maintained structure, while supporters view them as an attempt to modernize and adapt to a new era. This redistribution of assets has drawn comparisons to earlier moments in royal history, when similar decisions led to public scrutiny and internal strife. For a family that thrives on order and tradition, the Queen's choices have undoubtedly shaken the foundation of the institution. Could this be a blueprint for a more inclusive and progressive monarchy, or has it further deepened the cracks within the royal household? Prince William's decision to unveil portions of Queen Elizabeth's will marked a pivotal moment for the monarchy, as it was a direct challenge to centuries of royal secrecy. Traditionally, the contents of a monarch's will are kept private to protect the family's reputation and prevent public scrutiny. By choosing transparency, William signaled a break from these norms, positioning himself as a leader unafraid to embrace modern values, even at the risk of sparking controversy. The move was met with mixed reactions within the royal family. Some applauded William's boldness, viewing it as a necessary step toward rebuilding public trust in the monarchy. Others, however, saw it as a betrayal of the Queen's wishes for privacy and an unnecessary exposure of internal family matters. Reports suggest that emotions ran high during the reading of the will, with certain family members visibly moved to tears and others expressing frustration or disbelief. For William, the decision to reveal the will was not just about transparency, it was a declaration of his readiness to lead in a modern era. By addressing the contents openly, he sought to align the monarchy with contemporary expectations of accountability and openness. In doing so, he also highlighted his willingness to face backlash head-on, a quality that many see as essential for a future king. However, this move has not been without its challenges. Critics argue that William's actions have deepened divisions within the family, as they expose decisions that some members found hurtful or unjust. The redistribution of Balmoral Castle, for instance, was seen by some as a direct challenge to King Charles's authority, while the reallocation of personal assets left others questioning the motives behind these choices. Ultimately, William's decision reflects the broader tensions facing the monarchy, the struggle between maintaining tradition and adapting to a modern world. His choice to reveal the will has sparked debates about whether transparency will strengthen the monarchy or further weaken its already fragile unity. As public and private pressures continue to mount, William's actions may prove to be either a bold step forward or a misstep with lasting consequences. Queen Camilla's role in the royal family has always been a point of contention, but her influence seemed to grow substantially after Queen Elizabeth's passing. Allegations have surfaced suggesting that Camilla may have played a significant role in shaping the final distribution of the Queen's assets, a move that has drawn both criticism and intrigue from royal watchers and insiders alike. One of the most controversial aspects of the will involved the redistribution of the Queen's iconic jewelry collection. Historically, these heirlooms are passed down to specific members of the royal family, with Catherine, Princess of Wales, being a natural recipient of many pieces due to her future role as Queen Consort. However, the will reportedly redirected certain prized items to other family members. Some speculate that Camilla's growing influence could have played a part in these decisions, sparking tension and disappointment within the family. Adding to the controversy, Camilla also faced backlash for allegedly influencing the sale of the Queen's prized horses. For decades, these horses were a significant part of the late monarch's life, symbolizing her deep connection to equestrian culture. Their sale angered not only Princess Anne, who is deeply involved in royal equestrian affairs, but also members of the public, who viewed the decision as a disregard for Queen Elizabeth's cherished legacy. Camilla's decision to adopt the title of Queen rather than Queen Consort has only fueled further criticism. Many saw this move as overreaching, particularly given her historically controversial path to the crown. While some applaud her efforts to establish herself as a strong figure within the monarchy, others argue that she is overstepping her bounds and causing unnecessary divisions within the royal family. As the debates over her actions continue, Queen Camilla finds herself at the center of a storm. Her growing influence raises critical questions. Is she helping to modernize the monarchy and assert its relevance? Or is she exacerbating tensions and undermining its unity? Princess Anne has long been a steadfast symbol of tradition within the royal family. Known for her no-nonsense demeanor and unwavering commitment to duty, Anne has become one of the monarchy's most respected figures. However, the revelations in Queen Elizabeth's will have reportedly left her deeply concerned about the potential fallout, and she has stepped into a more prominent role as the defender of the Queen's legacy. Among Anne's primary concerns is the disruption caused by the redistribution of assets, particularly Balmoral Castle and the Queen's jewelry collection. Balmoral, a property deeply tied to royal tradition, was allocated in a way that broke with expectations. Anne, who spent much of her childhood at Balmoral and shared a profound connection with the estate, reportedly warned King Charles about the instability these changes could bring to the monarchy's structure. The reallocation of the Queen's jewelry, especially pieces that were expected to go to Catherine, Princess of Wales, added to the tension. While Anne has always respected the importance of honoring the Queen's wishes, insiders claim she was uneasy about the decisions, fearing they might alienate key members of the family. Her traditionalist perspective views these assets as symbols of continuity, and she reportedly urged caution in their distribution to preserve the monarchy's image. Anne's concerns extend beyond material assets. She has emphasized the need to maintain the monarchy's stability and unity in the face of growing public scrutiny. Reports suggest that Anne has become a critical advisor to King Charles, reminding him of the values and traditions that defined Queen Elizabeth's reign. She has also taken a more hands-on role in managing equestrian responsibilities, a tribute to her mother's passion for horses. Despite her reservations, Anne remains fiercely loyal to her family. Her dedication to upholding the Queen's legacy while navigating the complexities of modern royal life has cemented her role as a stabilizing force within the monarchy. Yet, even her influence may not be enough to bridge the widening divides caused by the Queen's will. Among the many revelations in Queen Elizabeth's will, the redistribution of her iconic jewelry collection has arguably caused the most visible rift within the royal family. Her collection, which includes some of the most famous and valuable pieces in the world, was expected to follow a predictable path, with Catherine, Princess of Wales, seen as the natural heir to many of these treasures. However, the will's contents revealed a different story, one that has left some royals feeling slighted. According to insiders, the Queen's decision to redirect certain pieces of jewelry to unexpected recipients has fueled tension and disappointment. Catherine, who has worn many of the Queen's pieces during her royal engagements, was reportedly surprised to find that some of the most significant heirlooms were allocated elsewhere. This includes tiaras, necklaces, and brooches that symbolize the monarchy's rich history and continuity. While the specifics of the reallocation remain under wraps, there is growing speculation about Queen Camilla's involvement. Some believe she may have influenced the decision, prioritizing her own family's interests or seeking to ensure a balance of power within the royal family. This alleged interference has not only caused friction but also drawn public criticism, with many questioning whether the Queen's wishes were truly honored. The controversy has extended beyond Catherine. Other family members, such as Princess Anne, are said to have expressed concerns about the potential damage to family unity. Anne, a staunch traditionalist, reportedly believes that the jewelry's allocation should reflect the late Queen's intention to maintain stability within the family, not exacerbate divisions. The jewelry controversy has also sparked heated debates among royal supporters and critics alike. For some, it underscores the challenges of maintaining fairness and tradition within a modern monarchy. For others, it's a reminder of the personal conflicts that often lie beneath the surface of public life. As tensions simmer, the question remains, was this reallocation a thoughtful gesture, or has it only deepened the cracks within the royal family? Of all the revelations from Queen Elizabeth's will, one of the most controversial was the significant reduction in Prince Andrew's inheritance. Known for his scandal-plagued past, Andrew has long been a contentious figure within the royal family. His diminished role in public life and tarnished reputation cast a shadow over the monarchy, and this reduced inheritance appears to be a reflection of those realities. But reports suggest that Andrew's financial cut was not merely symbolic, it was a deliberate statement about accountability and the future of the monarchy. Historically, royal inheritances have followed a relatively equal distribution among children, maintaining a sense of fairness within the family. However, Queen Elizabeth's will seemed to deviate from this precedent, signaling a new direction that prioritizes public perception and long-term stability over family loyalty. Andrew's reaction to this decision has reportedly been one of deep frustration. Sources close to the Duke of York claim that he feels sidelined and betrayed by what he perceives as an unfair punishment. This has only fueled speculation about growing divisions between Andrew and his siblings, particularly King Charles, who has taken a hardline approach to rehabilitating the monarchy's image. The public reaction to Andrew's reduced inheritance has been mixed. While some see it as a necessary step to distance the monarchy from his controversies, others argue that it highlights the inconsistencies in how accountability is applied within the royal institution. Critics have pointed out that Andrew has retained his titles and privileges despite the scandal, raising questions about whether this financial gesture is enough to restore the monarchy's credibility. Internally, this decision has added to the tension within the royal family. Princess Anne, known for her commitment to tradition, reportedly warned against alienating Andrew entirely, fearing it could create lasting divisions. Meanwhile, Prince William's stance on the matter appears to align with the need for a more transparent and modern monarchy. The reduction in Andrew's inheritance is a clear indicator that the royal family is attempting to adapt to a changing world. But whether this move will help repair their public image or further strain internal relationships remains to be seen. The public's reaction to the revelations in Queen Elizabeth's will has been as dramatic as the changes themselves. From the surprising redistribution of royal assets to Prince William's unprecedented transparency, the decisions have sparked a wave of both support and criticism. For an institution that relies heavily on public approval, this divided response has added another layer of complexity to an already challenging situation. Among supporters of the monarchy, there is a growing appreciation for the effort to modernize and adapt to contemporary values. Prince William's bold decision to reveal aspects of the will has been praised by many as a step toward accountability. For these supporters, transparency represents a necessary shift in how the royal family operates in the 21st century, offering a sense of connection to an institution often perceived as distant and secretive. However, not everyone views these changes positively. Critics argue that the redistribution of assets, particularly the reallocation of Balmoral Castle and the Queen's jewelry, undermines long-standing traditions that define the monarchy. The alleged influence of Queen Camilla in these decisions has only fueled skepticism, with some questioning whether the late Queen's wishes were fully honored. Public trust in the monarchy, which had already been shaken in recent years, is now further tested. The reaction to Prince Andrew's reduced inheritance has been equally polarizing. While many see it as a justified response to his controversial past, others argue that it highlights the monarchy's struggle with consistent accountability. This inconsistency has sparked debate about whether the institution is capable of evolving in a meaningful way, or if it remains mired in outdated hierarchies. The media has also played a significant role in shaping public opinion. Headlines about the shocking revelations and family feuds have dominated tabloids, painting a picture of a monarchy on the brink of crisis. Social media platforms, meanwhile, are filled with debates, with hashtags like Royal Family Divide and Modern Monarchy trending as people voice their opinions. Ultimately, the public's divided reaction underscores the immense pressure on the royal family to strike a balance between tradition and modernity. As the fallout continues, one question looms large: can the monarchy navigate this turbulent period and maintain its relevance in a rapidly changing world? Queen Elizabeth II's reign was a symbol of continuity, stability, and dedication. For 70 years, she guided the British monarchy through wars, social revolutions, and cultural shifts, embodying a steadfastness that became her hallmark. Her passing, however, has exposed the delicate balance between preserving her legacy and adapting to a rapidly modernizing world. The revelations in her will have highlighted this tension like never before. One of the central questions surrounding the Queen's final wishes is whether her decisions were meant to preserve tradition or serve as a catalyst for change. The redistribution of assets, including Balmoral Castle, her personal jewelry, and other significant treasures, suggests that she recognized the need to prepare the monarchy for a new era. Some believe these decisions reflect her desire to modernize the institution, ensuring its relevance for future generations. However, not everyone sees these changes in a positive light. Critics argue that the deviations from tradition, particularly in the allocation of assets, threaten the very foundation of the monarchy. The reallocation of certain heirlooms, such as jewelry expected to go to Catherine, Princess of Wales, has been viewed by some as a break from the unity and continuity that the Queen so carefully maintained. This has left questions about whether her decisions were influenced by external pressures or internal family dynamics. The debate over her legacy extends beyond her family. The Queen was deeply respected as a unifying figure both within the United Kingdom and across the Commonwealth. Her ability to adapt while maintaining a sense of tradition was a key reason for her enduring popularity. The decisions in her will have sparked discussions about whether her successors can maintain this delicate balance. For the royal family, the challenge now lies in upholding the Queen's vision while addressing the growing demand for transparency and modernization. Will they honor her legacy by evolving in a way that aligns with her forward-thinking intentions? Or will they risk alienating those who value the stability she represented? The answer may determine the future of the monarchy itself. The revelations in Queen Elizabeth's will have not only highlighted deep-seated tensions within the royal family, but have also brought ongoing power struggles into sharp focus. With King Charles now at the helm, Prince William emerging as a transparent modernizer, and Queen Camilla's growing influence, the battle for authority and direction within the monarchy is more apparent than ever. At the heart of these struggles lies a generational divide. King Charles, having waited decades to ascend the throne, is determined to shape his reign with a focus on environmental advocacy and modernization. However, his leadership style has drawn comparisons to the late Queen's steady and reserved approach, leading to debates about whether he can maintain the monarchy's relevance. His decision to support the sale of certain royal assets, including the Queen's prized horses, has been particularly divisive, alienating traditionalists like Princess Anne. Prince William, on the other hand, has positioned himself as the face of the monarchy's future. His decision to unveil parts of the Queen's will signals a willingness to break with tradition in favor of transparency and public trust. William's progressive stance has earned him significant public support, but it has also caused friction with more conservative family members, who see his actions as a challenge to established norms. Queen Camilla's role in these dynamics cannot be overlooked. Her growing influence within the royal family has led to allegations of favoritism and questions about her motives. The controversy surrounding her decision to adopt the title Queen rather than Queen Consort has further fueled speculation about her ambitions. Critics argue that her actions, particularly in relation to the redistribution of assets, have deepened divisions rather than fostering unity. Meanwhile, Princess Anne remains a steadfast defender of tradition, advocating for caution and adherence to the Queen's legacy. Her warnings about the potential instability caused by these power struggles have largely gone unheeded, leaving her role as a stabilizing force increasingly isolated. The royal family now finds itself at a crossroads. The competing visions of Charles, William, and Camilla reflect broader challenges facing the monarchy: how to balance tradition with modernization and unity with individual ambitions. Whether these internal conflicts can be resolved or will lead to further fractures remains to be seen. As the royal family grapples with the revelations in Queen Elizabeth's will, one thing is clear: the monarchy is at a pivotal moment in its history. The decisions outlined in the will, unprecedented asset redistributions, surprising allocations of wealth, and unexpected shifts in tradition, have triggered a ripple effect that extends far beyond the gilded walls of Buckingham Palace. For King Charles, this period represents a trial by fire. Balancing his mother's legacy with his own vision for a modernized monarchy has proven to be no small task. His leadership faces scrutiny both internally and externally, with critics questioning his ability to maintain stability amid mounting controversies. The ongoing backlash over decisions such as the sale of royal assets and Camilla's adoption of the title Queen only adds to the challenges he must navigate. Prince William, meanwhile, has emerged as a symbol of the monarchy's potential evolution. His commitment to transparency and willingness to embrace change resonate with a public increasingly demanding accountability from their leaders. However, William's bold actions have come at a cost, exacerbating tensions within the family and testing the limits of tradition. as he demonstrated in his Defense of the Crown talk. Queen Camilla's growing influence remains one of the most contentious aspects of this new chapter. Allegations of favoritism and questions about her role in the redistribution of assets have sparked both public and private discord. While her supporters argue that she is simply asserting herself as a modern royal, detractors view her actions as divisive and overreaching. The royal family's challenges are compounded by public opinion, which remains deeply divided. While some applaud the steps toward modernization and transparency, others mourn the perceived erosion of tradition. Social media and global headlines amplify these debates, shining a relentless spotlight on the institution as it navigates this turbulent period. In the end, the future of the monarchy hinges on its ability to reconcile these competing forces. Can the royal family find a way to honor Queen Elizabeth's legacy while forging a path forward in a changing world? Or will these revelations mark the beginning of an irreversible decline? Only time will tell. As the monarchy stands at this crossroads, one thing remains certain. The decisions made in the coming years will shape its legacy for generations to come.